Fantastic. I just wanted to come by Herman's storage and find out if he starts, because we've not used Herman since October. Next weekend, Christmas weekend, we are going away in him. So I just wanted to make sure that the battery was still alive, because they do drain over a long period of time. But that is not the reason for the video. This is going to be an update video, and the last time I did one of these was August, I think. So it's been a while. Ooh, very cold in here. Can you tell? Can't see any, but it is a bit chilly. Now, in this update video, we've got news about Herman, some plans, immediate plans, but I want to start off with reviews. So I like to actually tell you about the correspondence that I normally get via email, asking me to review some of their products. Now, I just think it's funny that they say things like, oh, we watch your channel, or we're avid watchers of your, you know, we like the way you da-da-da-da. And of course, you can tell by the product just on its own that they don't watch us. But recently, I've had an offer. Now, this is too good to be true, to be quite honest. And you know what things about things that are too good to be true, you just got to be kind of staying clear of them. Anyway, some PR manager at a company called ZenMate Network. Now, I think they actually exist. They have offered, get this, $5,000 per video which mentions their company. Now, like I said, that's too good to be true, and I thought something's got to be wrong here. Anyway, I did a bit of hunting, did a bit of thinking, and yeah, the email doesn't actually come from a company account. It comes from some, I think it ended in .pl, which, what's that, Poland? So it's something like wr.pl or something rather. I thought, hold on, this has got to be some sort of scam, a dodgy email or something. So what I decided to do was send them something back saying, look, I'm very interested, but you're going to have to reply on a company email address. And guess what? They didn't reply. Fantastic. Was it legit? I have no idea, but I just didn't want to, you know, take that risk, you know. The other thing, I also get requests to review power stations, and are we all sick of power stations yet? I think there's some really good products out there. E-bikes as well, get offered e-bikes. Well, in fact, I contacted Engway about the foldable e-bike. What I had in mind was comparing a foldable e-bike with an e-scooter, and they do both. And I thought, well, if I could compare like for like and see what's best for a motorhome or camper van, maybe that would make a good video. What do you think? Let us know in the doobly doo. Yeah, so a bit interested in doing that. I've only got the e-bike at the moment. I just don't have the room for the an e-scooter as well. So that might be something, that will be, or might be something in the future, in the next year. I also had a request from some company who's an avid follower of our channel, and of course they don't mention you by name or channel name, or if anything they call me Herman, an avid follower, and they wanted me to review their, wait for it, glass teapot. I mean, I looked at this thing, it looks very nice, but it costs around £18, and if someone wants to buy a teapot, this is what I don't understand. If someone wants to buy something that's small and cheap, they really just go and buy it, right? And a teapot you can buy anywhere. It's just like... Anyway, so I won't be doing teapot reviews in the future. So let's moving on to plans for the future. So the last time we went away was in Ireland. And then we went away for a weekend at Poston Hill. That was to film the EcoFlow video. since then we've not had any tours in Herman, and it's kind of got to a bit of a sore point for me especially. I've been getting a bit, a bit low about it because I haven't got anything to video anymore. What I really want to do, I don't want to do review videos. I want to do travel videos, travel vlogs. And if we're not going out, then I can't do that. And that is why you've not seen any travel vlogs from us for a good few months, in fact. And the reason for that is because Zoe still works and she has a holiday entitlement, and she's used all that up. She's saved some of that for Christmas, and she's used it all up. I'm not blaming her. The only other thing is we could go away weekends, but the weather's been rubbish. Sit in your motorhome while it's hissing it down outside, or you sit at home with all your luxuries and whatnot. And so we just haven't had the inspiration, I suppose you could say, to go out in. And we find that November is one of those months that we tend not to go out. It's really weird, actually. Whereas we've gone out in December, especially Christmas, and January and February. Are you the same? Is there a particular month that you find that you guys just don't go out in your motorhome or your caravan? Let us know. Be interested if it's just us. Christmas, that's next weekend. So it's Friday today as I record this. We're going to be visiting my sister over the course of Christmas. But before that, we got the Friday and the Saturday to get up there. And it only takes 2 hours to get to my sister's, so we could do it in a day. But we're thinking of actually heading out early in Herman. At the moment, we're not entirely sure, to be quite honest, whether or not we'll have a couple of Brit stops or whether or not we'll get a campsite along the way. We're leaving my sister's on the 27th. And then we're going to spend the rest of the week in Slimbridge, Gloucestershire, where we love going. We normally spend Christmas there because the campsite there is open and there's hardly anybody there. And WWT Slimbridge is open. Each year in the wintertime, WWT gets a migration of Buick Swans. And it's really nice to see them, but every time we've been, there's been fewer and fewer because it's not been so cold. The planet's getting warmer, and they think, I guess the birds think, not going to bother migrating, or their migration period is further on into the year, So anyway, yes, bit of wildlife, natural history for you there. For the new year, we're going to Devon and seeing my parents. So that is what we're going to be doing over the next Christmas to New Year. Let us know what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be doing anything nice in your motorhome? Let us know. Next year, though, we've got nothing planned. And of course, we've got HermanFest. No dates yet for HermanFest, or even a location. That needs to be planned and thought about. And it's normally around Christmas, New Year time when I get the itch to think, should probably start thinking about HermanFest. When is it going to be? I can tell you now, it's probably going to be in June, kind of around about Zoe's birthday, which is the 20th. And we've got 2 locations now. We've had HermanFest in 2 locations. One of them being Round Hill in New Forest, which is very nice, very popular, and not been very busy when we've been. And then the other one is Tucker's Grave Inn. Now, I can't promise that they're going to do the same sort of thing they did at exactly the same time they did this year, but that's an option. In the other holidays, though, we haven't got plans. Although I would like to go to the continent this year, France. We can't go too far again because of the holidays, right? We don't want to be driving for a week to get to a place, only to find that we've got to come back because we haven't got enough holiday. And when I say we, I mean Zoe, because I don't work. Next weekend, we're going to have a live stream, Herman's Christmas Party, Saturday, 23rd of December at 5 p.m. And we're going to do a whole host of things. It's going to be a chin wag, really, a chit chat, us with you. So you can ask us anything, an AMA they call it in the in the social medias. We'll have a game. I'll probably bring along bingo. Although that's kind of like Marmite, isn't it? A lot of people like it and a lot of people hate it. So don't just come for the bingo, or don't not come if you don't like bingo, is what I'm trying to say. And on the TV at that time, I've had a look in case it's the Strictly final or something. But you'll have to record them. But on that at the same time is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So you could probably not bother watching that. Hairy Biker's Christmas Thingy. So a bit late to be watching that if you're still looking to do your Christmas dinner based on what the Hairy Bikers are going to be doing. So you won't be watching that. It's a Wonderful Life. Fantastic movie. I'm going to put that on record because I've seen it so many times. It's a great video, a great movie. Porridge movie. Yeah, we've all seen that, haven't we? And it's not as good as the shows, I don't think. But you could watch that. Or just hit the record button. And then possibly the most modern film there that you would maybe miss the beginning of is Fantastic Beasts Part 2, whatever it's called. But again, you can record that. Now I've told you, you know it's on. So you wouldn't have to watch it. You can come along and see our live stream. Of course, it all depends on wherever we are. We've got phone signal or Wi-Fi. So it might not happen. But I'll put a post. I'll make it a preview, whatever they call it in the YouTube world, so you can see when it is, when we got it scheduled. And of course, if you do want to come along and you've got some questions, put them in the ask us all the questions. It is going to be an AMA and just some fun, a Christmas party basically. So I suggest you put your questions that we can answer in the comments or the doobly-doo. And of course, don't forget to bring your Christmas jumper and your Christmas hat. Get in that Christmassy spirit. Oh, and of course, should I say this? And don't forget to bring your tipple, your tea, because I don't want any drunk people on. Unlike a few years ago, Boxing Day. Yeah, I think we were the only ones that were sober. Anyway, yeah, so don't forget, 23rd of December, Saturday, 5 p.m. Now then, viewer story. This month's viewer story is actually an old one. This is way back in June, I think. Michael Odling sent me this, and because I had something else planned, I must have forgot all about it. But anyway, so let's see what he says. So first of all, sorry, Oddie, I think is what he's called. That's what he likes to be called. Oddie or Odd? Odd. Me and the missus, Sam, have been watching you and other YouTubers and have dreamed of getting a motorhome for many years. A dream was always to retire and travel, but kids still need support. We have a big one at uni, a 17-year-old twin still at home. I think they've probably left by now by the time I got round to reading this, haven't they? We both found the motorhome with the layout we wanted in the Auto Trader. It's a 2009 Bürstner Elegance i700. It's 4 tonnes, nearly 8 metres long, and has done 20,000 miles. Wow, it's a monster. We flew from Manchester to Belfast to pick it up and bring it back via ferry to Scotland. That would have been a trip. That's a holiday for us. The Irish were ace and everything went well, although we were quite nervous about the process, but it was a doddle. We have been on a couple of weekends away, Kendal and Grassington, both caravan and motorhome club sites. We have another couple of weekends away, which of course they've already done, and before they go for a trip in Europe this summer. Well, let us know how that went. Actually, Michael, Odd. You and the others have been a great inspiration. We have started our YouTube channel. So, well done. That is excellent. So, yeah. And do you know what? The YouTube kind of side of things, more so than the motorhome side of things, we've made so many friends because of YouTube, and of course through the motorhoming, but mainly YouTube. So it's a great hobby to get into. If you have a story, photographs of your motorhome, that you want to share with others, then let us know. I'll leave an email address which you can contact me in the video description, and you may see yourself in the next update. So, Herman news. November, Herman went through the MOT and sailed it. There was a few advisories. One of them was, he said there was a bearing going in the front. It was basically, you got a shock absorber, you got the wheel down here, you got the shock absorber, and at the top there's a bearing. Now, looking at a previous video, I don't think Herman's got a bearing at the top there, because we've had to replace that side, and I don't think there's a bearing. Now you look at, now I know what he means, because I've replaced the shocks on my car, and yeah, there's a bearing. So when you turn the steering wheel, the whole shock actually also moves like that. So it needs to be able to swivel, but I might be wrong, and I probably am, but I couldn't see a bearing on the what do you call it, the top mount. It looks like a solid piece, so that may need to be replaced in the new year. He did say that you'll notice that it going, because it will start drifting, and it didn't seem to, on his test equipment, it didn't drift. But I've noticed it drifting very slightly. If you just hold, just very slightly, a slight drifts into the curb, as it were. So yeah, I'll probably be needing doing. And something that's been on the advisories for a good few years now is the brake lines at the back, and they're a pain. I've had to do that on an old car of mine some years ago. I had to replace all the brake pipes, but so I know what to do. It's a simplest job, just fiddly. The one thing that worried me when I was in the test centre, I was sitting there and they got one of those view windows, and Herman was there. I could see him. He was looking at something, like, as they do, and he had the fog lights. Now I don't know if you remember that I've fitted these fog lights, and they're white and yellow. They're great. They really do. They are quite bright, and they show up the whole place. I've lined them up to the full beam, and he had them on for a while, and I thought, oh, there must be. And he had his arm up here, and he was fiddling around with something. I thought, oh no, he's going to fail them. Even though I looked it up, and it should pass because of the age of the motorhome. They should pass. And they're not looked at, I should say. They're not part of the MOT. He's talking to me over the counter, and he says, it's a pass. He said, by the way, those fog lights, and he's looking like this. I think, oh no. I said, oh yeah, I saw you looking at them. And he says, where'd you get them? I want a pair, because I think they're brilliant. I just flabbergasted. So I got home and I sent him an email with the link to it and the video that I made. So yeah, he's I don't know if he has, of course. He just said thanks for the link, and that was it. But yeah, I was made up though because I did something and they didn't fail the MOT. But thumbs up for Herman. So that is it. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget that to send me your motorhome stories. Email in the video description there. And if you have any questions for our live Christmas party coming up next Saturday, then put them in the comments section. Thanks very much for watching, and goodbye. Right. Oh, it's cold.